My name is Rabbi Barry Silver. I live in Boca Raton, Florida. I was raised in Stamford, Connecticut, and I was born in 1956 to a Reform rabbi who was a great pioneer in interfaith relations and harmony. And so from the time I can remember, I've always been brought up with a very positive feeling about people of other religions and cultures and traditions, with an experience of being with people of different faiths and traditions, and having a father and a mother who devoted his life to bringing people together in a spirit of harmony. I also had the good fortune of co-officiating with my father, Rabbi Sam Silver, who wrote books on interfaith relations and harmony, who was a founding member of the Temple of Understanding, which is a UN organization now. It has NGO status, which is devoted to interfaith harmony, and who was a member of many other interfaith groups. And from the time I remember, I was involved with him and had the pleasure as a rabbi of co-officiating with him at our congregation, Lador Vador, in Florida, which means from generation to generation. And so as long as I can remember, I've been involved in interfaith groups and interfaith efforts. Since I became a rabbi, I've spearheaded many such efforts myself, and I formed a group called the Interfaith Justice League. I do a lot of work with many interfaith organizations and spread the word that religion should be used to build bridges of understanding rather than walls of separation. And so I'm constantly going to discussions, dialogues, interfaith picnics, interfaith sports events. We do a lot of different social activities, and I find that it's the best way I know of expressing my love for my religion, which I understand to be based on the goal of bringing people together of all backgrounds by engaging in activities with people of other religions. So important do I believe this activity is that on the holiest day of the Jewish year, we have an interfaith dialogue in which I bring people of many different religions to our Yom Kippur, Day of Atonement observance. And I explain this by saying that religion has a lot to atone for. We need to atone for the fact that so many wars and so much conflict has been engaged in the name of religion, and therefore to counteract that and to chart a new course, we take the holiest day of the year and bring religions together. Some people ask why on the most Jewish day of all, I would invite non-Jews to join us, and my response is that's the most Jewish thing we can do, to bring people of all different groups together. As a member of the Jewish tradition, I'm especially interested in Jewish-Muslim relations, because Islam, theologically and ideologically, is the closest religion there is to Judaism. The Muslims emerged from the Arab tradition, and Jews and Arabs are natural cousins. Our religions are close. Our language is even closer. Our cultures and traditions emerge from the same source. We're both children of Abraham, and therefore for us to be in conflict is a very, very serious breach of both of our ethical, moral, religious obligations. And so I do everything I can to strive towards harmony, especially with Muslims. And the way I do this is not by pretending that differences don't exist or by overlooking differences, by confronting them, working through them, dealing with them, and then moving on to a place where we can greatly appreciate and love one another, because there's no elephant in the room. There's no stumbling block. We've dealt with what has separated us. We've worked through it, and now we get past it, and now we can truly be unified and as one. And from all my reading, it seems that Jews and Muslims are very, very close. Towards that end, I visit mosques all the time. I have my kids playing frisbee and sports with Muslim kids and kids of all backgrounds. I have members of the Muslim community and others coming over to my house. I performed a baby naming for the child of a local imam. I sang a song that I composed, an original song for a Muslim leader in Hollywood, in which I sang a song singing his praises and joining with him in his efforts to bring people together. And the most important thing, perhaps, that I believe that we should do is never lose sight of our compassion, our love, and our sense of humor. Sense of humor is usually the first casualty of religious fanaticism. So I believe we should always have a light touch and be able to share joy and love and harmony with one another, not just sterile reading of passages or rote recitation of verses. I don't read anything. I come and speak from the heart, and others do likewise, and I find it very fulfilling and satisfying, especially when I include my family. As far as the future is concerned, I plan to continue to engage in such efforts, but take it to an even higher level. And what I'd really like to do is to engage in social action, in which people of different religions come together and join in combating common foes and common enemies, such as hunger or gun violence or violent videos or assaults against our planet, poverty. I find that bringing people together to tackle common issues is a very good way of spreading harmony among people. And so I'm involved with many such efforts today, and in the future I plan to step that up and to continue along the same lines, and also to develop more of an internet presence in order to spread the word more effectively, which is why I appreciate what you're doing and allowing me the opportunity to share some of my thoughts and some of my ideas and some of my activities with others.
Thank you, Rabbi Barry. Just wanted to request you if you could add some words regarding unitingfaiths.org, our website.
Yeah, I think it's a great enterprise, a great endeavor that you've uh, embarked on. I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'll do whatever I can to support it. So thank you very much for including me, and I wish you well in all of your interfaith activities, and I would be happy to continue to participate.
Thank you, Rabbi Barry. I really appreciate your words of wisdom and your words of insight, and really appreciate the work you've been doing. And on behalf of unitingfaiths.org, myself and Dr. Stephen Handwerker, I thank you for coming and taking your time out for this interview, and really appreciate your help, and hope to be associated with you in the future as well.
Thank you, Shabazz, and at the drop of a yarmulke, I'll be glad to come back again for more interviews. Keep up the good work, keep the faith, more power to you. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Alaikum.
Salam alaikum.